Mohamed Jailam, the CEO and Managing Director of Javaabu and co-founder of DhivehiGPT. Mohamed will be presenting on how AI will revolutionize travel. This is a fascinating topic in today's AI-driven world. So when you're ready, Jailam is ready for you as well. So ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please.
Assalamu alaikum. So it's a privilege for me to be here to address a hall full of businessmen and businesswomen who are interested to learn about artificial intelligence. So my name is Mohamed Jailam. I am the Managing Director and CEO of Javaabu Private Limited, a local startup that is focusing on software development and research in the field of artificial intelligence. I'm also the co-founder for DhivehiGPT, the very first online platform which provides Dhivehi-related AI services. So when we start talking about artificial intelligence, it's definitely a buzzword, like cryptocurrencies, fintech, NFTs. But artificial intelligence is not actually something new. Artificial intelligence has been with us for a long, long time. Case in point, Google Maps. I'm sure you have used Google Maps. In fact, when it came in 2002 or 2005, it actually revolutionized the travel industry. Google Maps uses artificial intelligence at different levels. Thanks to Google Maps, now whenever we travel to a new country or a city, the travelers, even though if you're a first-time traveler, you have in-depth knowledge about where the food is, where to go, how to go, and every detail you might want to know about the place, sometimes even better than the natives. So this made travel not only cheap or easy, but it also made travel safe, most importantly. And since artificial intelligence played a key role in this revolution, we could safely say that artificial intelligence, especially with the latest advancements that we see in the past 2 to 3 years, it will continue to revolutionize the field of travel as well as other fields as well. So before we start talking about how artificial intelligence can be used here and there, let's just understand what artificial intelligence is. For many of us, artificial intelligence just feels like magic. Things, you just don't know how it works, but it happens. So let me just lift the curtains for you. I promise you I'm not going to go so technical, but maybe a little bit technical. I think it's important that we know how artificial intelligence is created or how we can use artificial intelligence to create an artificial intelligence. So once we lift the curtains, we see something like this. Now this is called a convolutional neural network, a CNN, also known as neural networks for short. A neural network is similar to the human brain. So in the human brain, we have neurons that are interconnected that send signals from one neuron to another after processing them. Similarly, in a convolutional neural network, you have layers of neurons or nodes that are connected together that communicate together. So let's just take a very simple example of, let's say, a neural network that is able to distinguish between pictures of cats and dogs. So when we give an input of a picture of a cat, the neural network has interconnections that work together, that send signals from one node to another, each node processing a part of a picture. And this combination of nodes is able to predict or classify whether it's a cat or a dog. So in order to create a model such as this, we need millions and millions, and if not billions, of pictures of different cats and dogs, labeled them correctly. So you collect millions of pictures of cats and dogs, label which is a cat, which is a dog, and you feed the data into the neural network. So the neural network configures itself. It actually runs through every iteration, and then it tries to produce an output. Now, this output sometimes is wrong. For example, here, we gave a picture of a cat and says it's a dog. Now, since we already have supplied the labels, outputs of these models for each of the image, the neural network understands that the output is wrong. And therefore, it uses a method known as the backpropagation to reverse its steps and adjust the node's outputs so that the answer is correct, it's changed to cat. So by doing this thousands and thousands of times, if not millions of times, the neural network creates a configuration of connections where the correct nodes are connected to the right nodes, where they have the signal is being sent in the correct form, which is able to produce an output which is based on an image that was not supplied initially. So this process is called as training. So the main takeaway which I want you to get is that if we have a large set of labeled information, it could be audio information, video information, it could be your sales report, it could be the statistics of the number of people who visited your resorts or your hotels. This data can be trained using an artificial intelligence to produce an output. So you could use artificial intelligence models for your sales predictions. You could use artificial intelligence models to identify the behavior of your customers, and so on and so forth. So as businessmen, I'm not trying to give you a technical definition here. In fact, if you go for a technical definition, this might not really be accurate. But the overall picture is artificial intelligences can be used, can be created by anybody if you have access to cloud computing, such as what Uridu was suggesting about. So there's something important that I actually want to mention when we are talking about artificial intelligence. In fact, Satya Nadella actually mentioned this. He's the CEO of Microsoft. He says, AI is not about replacing humans. It's about amplifying the human ingenuity. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, especially in the field of travel, it's the human component of it, the human smile, the human hospitality, it's actually crucial. We shouldn't be replacing them with artificial intelligence robots. No. People travel and they want to be greeted by the human smile. However, we could apply artificial intelligence to in ways so that we could make the normal experiences, the non-human experiences, more human-like. So there are some things which it's impossible. Technically, it's impossible for humans to do. And there are some things that financially it's not feasible for humans to do. So such tasks can be taken to the next level using artificial intelligence. So whenever I'm explaining some of the applications here, I will try to go back to this principle. So the million-dollar question, how will AI revolutionize travel industry? What do you think? I have one word for you, and that is agents. Artificial intelligence agents is the future of travel. I just want to play this video for you so that you should actually see this. I can't actually explain this to you. So I just brought the video right out of the OpenAI demo. It's just 1 minute long. So just to be clear, he's not talking to his girlfriend there. He's not talking to a human being. He's talking to an artificial intelligence. And the artificial intelligence has the capability to recognize his emotions, his intention, and respond accordingly. Respond in a human fashion, as if the response was coming from a human being. So this is the future of AI using agents. Now, how can we use this model or these capabilities in the field of travel? There are many, actually. Let's just imagine the journey of a traveler, somebody who wants to come to the Maldives, maybe. You know, their journey doesn't start from the time they go to the airport. No, their journey starts from the time they have the intention to book a flight to Maldives. Maybe they want to take a vacation and they're looking for a spot of a destination. And that is where you, as the businessman in this field, you want to get your potential customer. You want to approach your potential customer and tell them about the budget offers you have, or the luxury offers you have, or about the spa services you have. And that's where artificial intelligence could come in handy. Right now, you will just go to the website, and maybe the website might have images, videos, but in the future, the websites will be hosted by artificial intelligence agents. These agents, just like how you saw in the video, they would be able to empathize with the user. They will be able to speak to the user in their native tongues, and they will be able to answer every single detail about what they want to know. Maybe they want to know what kind of food do they have. Is it gluten-free? Is it vegan? Is it natural? Is it nice? Every single detail will be explained to them as a human being would do, as you would do if you were facing the customers. So this is a challenge which technically human beings cannot do. You cannot have a human being facing or speaking to thousands of users at the same time in the native tongues, or it's feasibly impossible to do. But with the help of artificial intelligence, even the very budget travel hotels could afford to have an artificial intelligence agent who is able to speak directly to your potential customers and ensure that they are well informed about your offers. Now let's just imagine another situation. Let's say, for example, the guests, they arrived in Maldives, they were in the airport, or maybe they were on their transit, and they don't know what to do. They need help, they don't know, maybe the information was not clear. However, if we could have an AI agent, an AI helpline, it would help them to find where to go and what next to be done. The AI agent would already have the information about the bookings, the hotels, the location, and in addition to that, the AI agents would already have the domain, the knowledge about the location. For example, if it's in Maldives, where the location is located, what are the working hours, how to get in contact with the people. So when we talk to an artificial intelligence instead of a human being, of course humans can also have this, but it's difficult for us to keep people, a big call center alive 24/7. But with artificial intelligence, even the very budget hotels can afford to have such services available for their customers. They don't have to have an agent in the airport 24/7. It's not only about coming to the airport. I mean, it could be any time throughout their travel period, if they want to know something about the place, if they want to ask some urgent information, the AI agent will have that knowledge, and it will be guiding the people to whichever information they want. So another use case could be artificial intelligence butlers in resorts, maybe in luxury places, or even today in many of the resorts, butler service is an expensive service offered to the only rich. However, with artificial intelligence, we could bring this service to the commoners, and we could offer them AI agents who would be communicating with them instead of the real butler services, which would make it simpler, easier, and and for the travelers, they feel more confident speaking to a robot or speaking to an AI service, which, like I said before, talks to them in their native tongue, is 24/7 available, and understands their requests. In addition to that, these butlers can communicate with the kitchen maybe, or other services, and arrange whatever utilities is needed for them, whatever artillery is needed. Another use case could be artificial intelligence tour guides. These tour guides, now you see many people, they have a tour guide with them and they go to different places, and they have to be at a place at a specific time, otherwise the tour guide is not available, or the tour guide is expensive. So with artificial intelligence tour guides, we could have the tour guide, the whole service automated, where the location of the phone is being tracked to identify where the user is, and the users can be guided throughout the locations. In addition, these apps can also support augmented reality or AR and VR experiences, where we can demonstrate to them the backstories behind the heritage sites and explain the history of the heritage sites in a multimedia manner. So another use case could be real-time speech-to-speech translation. Artificial intelligence can be used to bring down barriers that separate us. For an example, the language barrier. Let's say you visited the local market. You wanted to buy some bananas and, I don't know, maybe some lemons. You could speak natively to them through the artificial intelligence speech-to-speech real-time applications, translation applications. So these are some just wild guesses on how artificial intelligence could actually be used to revolutionize the travel industry. Now you might ask yourself, as you demonstrated just now, ChatGPT is able to do all this. ChatGPT already has a human voice, and anyway, 2 or 3 years down the line, ChatGPT will come and replace our startups. Is it too late to be in the field of artificial intelligence? As somebody who has been running an artificial intelligence startup for an year, let me tell you, it's never too late. It's true that ChatGPT and different other models, they actually have different technologies that support these services. However, there is always a gap in the local market. There's always a gap where, when it comes to the local knowledge and the native stories, ChatGPT and all other such artificial intelligence models might have a really good general understanding of these technologies or maybe the places, but they lack the essential things that the travelers are looking for. They lack the backstories. They lack the native understanding of the place. So that's where you can join and make your own applications. You would already have text-to-speech services, speech-to-text services, large language models, reasoning models. All you need to do is join A plus B and create your own application that is customized for your audience and that your audience will pay to use. And that is big business. So what does artificial intelligence mean to businesses? So the founder of Google, co-founder of Google, Brain, he said, artificial intelligence is like the new electricity. Just as electricity transformed almost everything 100 years ago, today I actually have a hard time thinking of an industry that I don't think artificial intelligence will transform in the next several years. So just like electricity was formed, of course there will be businesses who are slow to adapt it, but eventually every business will have to use artificial intelligence in the future. If you are early to the game, you have an advantage. You can adapt and go ahead of all other businesses. And there could be slowly some businesses that don't use artificial intelligence, which would sadly extinct over time. So that's all my 2 cents related to artificial intelligence.